And it's just like, those are the non-skill victories you need to focus on. Like, you're getting stronger. Your body can do different things. It's a machine. It wants to be upgraded. It wants to download new activities and new things to do. I went out here and a buddy of mine who I've known since college, he was like, yeah, Anderson, a year after you get the surgery, we're going to go do Tough Mudder.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever done Tough Mudder.
No, but I've heard of it.
I want to.
Yep.
Guess what, guys?
We're not doctors.
No, we are not.
If you're going to be making any major medical decisions, please consult your doctor.
That includes diets, exercise, medications, and surgery.
We love you guys.
And we want you to continue to be in our OSLP family forever.
So be careful and consult your doctors. We all need our vitamins after surgery, regardless of what you think.
Yes.
It's a must.
Yes. So why not choose the easiest and the best tasting in the community?
Seriously, it's ProCare, guys. ProCare is so delicious. I use their chewable for over a year. That's how I know.
Yes. And I love their capsules.
Yes.
Love them. They're once a day. I take them at night. Easy peasy. And my labs are fantastic.
Yeah, our labs are great. And I've actually switched to the capsules and I take those at night now. So if you guys need your iron, they have them with iron and they have them iron free. They even have calcium chews.
Yes, the calcium chews, perfect. They have mocktail ones, chocolate. They have also some caramel and a cinnamon roll.
They're freaking delicious. So go over to procarenow.com and use our code OSLP to save some money.
Prepping and measuring your food post-op is a beast all in itself. But Portion Perfection has actually made it super, super simple. They have bowls, plates, and even a lunch bag called the Kit and Carry where you can have all of the system ready to go.
Yeah, we love carrying that thing around with us. It's so much easier to pack your lunch, your snacks, especially when you're on a road trip. That thing is a lifesaver.
Yes.
So if you want to get these things to help your journey, just go over to portionperfection.com and use our code 15OSL pod. And again, that's 15 OSL pod. And you can also go over to our Amazon storefront to pick out any of those that you would like to use.
All know how difficult post-op life can be.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking hard, guys.
Yes. And so a way to make it a little bit easier is by joining the T.R.I.B.E membership program. It has been created by a registered dietitian. She's actually the sleeve dietitian on Instagram. Her name is Jamie. And she's created this whole membership program just to support us.
Yeah, like we've had her on the podcast. We love her to freaking death. And then two, like she has full experts in their field that help you. And they've had bariatric surgery, almost every one of them.
Yes.
And the sleeve dietitian is freaking smart because she has almost a support group every single day, guys.
Yes.
You're going to get an email. It's going to tell you which ones are for today. And you can just sign up and hang out with people that are just like you. And I've even used the journal prompts. I'm into journaling, and that was way helpful to just go somewhere that can help you and just get your mind going.
Yes.
So if you need this kind of support, which a lot of us do, go to her website and use our code OSLP at checkout to get your discount. I mean, I thought you at least maybe had a couple jobs, not 21. That's
21 companies.
That's wild.
Okay, we're going to to talk about that.
Yeah,
also.
we are. Holy shit. We are going to Philly and Brooklyn.
Info.
Yeah, we'll send you the stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because where are you from?
Philly.
Oh, you're here in. Okay, cool. That's rad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Welcome back, OSLP family. Welcome.
You are listening to our Sleep Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Mel.
And we have an exciting tour coming up.
I'm so excited.
So exciting. So we are going to be doing live shows and meet and greets after the show in several cities.
In February. So when you're listening to this, we are just in Orlando right now, and you need to go get your ticket for Orlando.
Yes.
We're going to be with a sleeve dietitian.
She is going to give a great show with us.
Amazing show.
Yes.
It's February 11th, and it's in Orlando, Florida. We'll give you the actual location later just because it is our Airbnb.
Yes.
And don't tell them that. So
don't tell on us. That's all we request.
all we ask.
Don't tell on us.
That's all we ask.
Yeah.
So we're going to give out that location same day. So that way you guys can get there. We're all going to hang out. And then we truck on up to Philly,
which is sold out.
Sold out.
It's sold out. So if you're in Philly, go to Brooklyn.
Go to Brooklyn.
Go to Brooklyn. That's the next one.
That's the next one.
Brooklyn. So we have a guest on, and Mel, he's making faces, making Mel laugh.
I know, it's so good. Okay.
So Brooklyn is on the 25th.
Yes.
And tickets are still available for Orlando and Brooklyn. So get on to our sleevelifepodcast.com. Go to the very top. It says tour dates. Scroll down, pick your date that you want, and it'll go right to the ticket.
Yeah. And the Brooklyn show, we are going to have John J. Arps on from Instagram, and we're going to have Rob Innovation on Instagram as well.
Yes.
So you're going to get to hang out with them. So you get to learn about their plastic surgery, them just losing weight and being stronger. So you guys are going to get an inside look, and there's no one else gets to see this.
No one gets to see it.
No one gets to see this.
If
so
you're not there,
just you.
You don't get to see it.
Yeah.
So realize that. You need to get tickets first so that you can be at the exclusive shows.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So then the next thing is while you're on our Sleeve Life podcast, you're either on your phone, tablet, computer, whatever. You need to go over to patreon.com/OSLP. This is all linked below. So you can also just click that little link and go straight to it.
Yeah. And the reason why we want you to go over there is because we actually have our own support group.
Yes.
They're called the Benchies. We have over 200 people in there. We have people that are pre-op, post-op. We have guys and women. Like you name it, we got it. The age group is amazing in there.
Yes. It's very, what's the word I'm looking
Diverse?
for? Diverse. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, because literally we have people in their 20s all the way up to people in their 50s and 60s. So this is pretty cool. And everybody helps each other. That's my favorite part.
And there's no negative energy there. And there's no food police.
Oh, fuck
so if
the
you
food
want to be in
police.
a good place where you can ask whatever question you want, get good answers, positive answers. And if we don't know the answer, we will find you out.
I think that's the best thing is that we have our hands on all the resources. So we might not know what the answer is, and it's okay not to know.
Yeah.
We'll just go find someone and then we'll get it to you.
And that's why we bring experts in. And we did one in January, and we actually had Jamie, the sleeve dietitian, on, and we did a Q&A, and everybody asked questions.
Yep.
And it was very informative. I learned a lot.
It was a lot of fun.
So there's many things that we do in the Benchies that are exclusive.
Yeah, like I was in a tutu. No one else gets to see me in a tutu, but the Benchies do.
The Benchies get to see you in a tutu.
And if you want a free way to support your girls, just go over to YouTube. It's already on your phone. You don't even have to do anything extra. Just type in our Sleeve Life podcast. We're the only ones. You hit that bell, you hit subscribe, and then you get a new video episode every Tuesday.
Yes.
So you get a bunch of perks over there because there's also workouts and recipes and everything else. So, and then you would know that we actually have a guest just hanging out here who was making faces earlier.
So let's welcome on Dave Anderson. He is the business bully on Instagram, and we are so excited to talk to you.
Oh, wow. I'm so happy to be here. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Mel.
Hi.
Hi.
So stoked. I want to know where your journey started. Were you always obese? When did you decide that?
Kelly just goes straight in. Were you always obese?
I want to know because you are a very busy man. You are all over the place. You are a best-selling author. You have a podcast. You own several. We learned 21 businesses.
Yeah, more than several.
Last count.
Yes, more than several. So where did the weight loss journey start for you?
Wow. I set a Pennsylvania record at the time. I was like 9 pounds, 8 ounces, 27 inches. So I was born big.
Wow.
Okay.
Like, yeah, my mom popped out mutants. I think my brother was like 10, 9, 26. I
Your
was 9,
poor
8,
mom.
27. Oh, no. My mom was a stallion. My mom was a stallion.
All right.
Like, listen,
I know, but that would hurt.
Meg ain't had nothing on my mama. So, you know, I come from a big family. Like, not everybody was big, but like tall, stocky, you know. And my grandfather, my mother's father, he was a person that knew what it was to be poor, had a 6th grade education, got into a fight with the son of a very high-ranking Klansman, ran through the night.
Oh, fuck.
Lied about his age to join the Navy at 16. and then went to night school, became a tailor, met a girl, married her 8 months later, and then out popped my Uncle Jimmy, then my mama, and then the rest of my aunts and uncles. And, you know, the whole culture in that house was nobody has seconds till everybody has first, and take all you want, but eat all you take.
Oh,
you know? And so you were always rewarded for what my grandfather would call going to town, which is just, you know, tearing up food. And so, and culturally, I can't speak for anybody else, but culturally, a lot of things that we do tend to be surrounded by food historically. And especially in America, that's black, white, red, green. We do everything with food. Let's go have a power lunch. Let's have dinner. We're going to have dinner and drinks. It's happy hour.
Yeah.
So
we have a buffet.
So now you take that same kid in that environment who, you know, who grew up poor, and sometimes we grow up poor, you don't always have access to all of the healthiest foods.
Right.
You know, and then let's for shits and gigs throw them in the radio, where there's always somebody taking you to dinner, where there's always a power lunch, where there's a meet and greet, and there's craft services. And oh yeah, by the way, let's throw them in the TV, where guess what there is? Food, glorious food, you know? And then, you know, you start to travel, you get older, and you're up and down the dial, you know, this radio station, that radio station, this television show, that movie. And for the most part, you're sitting around, whether it's a movie set or a radio station, it's sedentary.
Yeah.
So nobody's talking about doing push-ups. Nobody's talking about cardio. Nobody knows a damn thing about macros.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just one thing after another. And then, you know, say you hook up with the wrong person and say that you get left. And let's say that you wind up homeless and washing up in a gas station sink. Well, you know, your calls don't get returned. And the only thing that you can turn to that doesn't lie to you, doesn't ignore you, doesn't cheat on you, and happens to be the one drug on the planet that you need to survive is food.
Yep.
So I easily ballooned up to 561 pounds.
Wow. Fuck. Okay.
And so it started from birth and throughout my career. But, you know, I would say around, I'm 45 now, so I would say around when I was about 32.
Okay.
I really lost it. That was around the time I was homeless, and wasn't pretty.
Wow.
Oh, man.
So what made you go towards weight loss surgery?
Yeah.
Well, I was wrestling with it because I used to think what most people on the internet will say, oh, you know, if you get weight loss surgery, that's cheating. That's a shortcut. You're a pansy. You're a pussy. That's the easy way out. And I went and found, because number one, I don't like hospitals. Medically in this country, things that happen to Black people in the medical field have not been good. So I have a thing about hospitals. I try not to ever be in them if I can help it.
Yep.
And I found the best weight loss surgeon on the Eastern Seaboard. He works out of the University of Pennsylvania, which is an Ivy League hospital.
Yeah.
And I had seen him probably 5, maybe 6 times. And he said, you know what, Dave, we've been doing this dance since 2015. It's 2021. Why won't you do this? And I'm like, well, Doc, you know, I'm doing well. You know, I lost 93 pounds on my own. He said, no, I can see that. And I'm proud of you. He was like, but, you know, how long have you kept that off? I'm like, yeah, for like the past 3 years. He was like, but you haven't been able to lose any more weight?
Yeah.
I said, well, not really. And he said, so you went from 561 to 468.8, so 93 pounds. And I said, yeah. He said, this isn't a shortcut. It's a tool. And then I said, okay. He said, wait, you're going to ask me if you're going to die on the table. And I said, yeah. He says, I'm not going to lie to you. I've had people die on the table. I said, well, how many did you have die on the table? Because now I got to know the numbers.
Now we need to know.
Because he's just keeping it, he is a little too real. He's like 6. I said, well, how many of these have you done, Doc? He said, oh, 10. I'm like, you've only done 10,000.
There we go.
I was like, oh. I said, okay, but no, damn that. What happened to the 6? And he pulled them up. You know, blacked out the names. He was like, well, this person had diabetes, and this person had a heart issue. This person was 700 pounds, and this, like, all these things. He said, you have a better shot of making love to America's Next Top Model in the end zone of the Super Bowl, where you just caught the winning touchdown, than you do dying on my table.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so
better odds.
It was one of those things where I said, okay, when I was doing radio and when I was doing TV and I was doing all this entertainment stuff, it was about me. I was selfish. You want to know why? I didn't have any family. I didn't have any kids, any wife. I wasn't thinking about anybody but me. And then when you have children and you have a family and you start to look around and you don't see any 561-pound elderly people.
Right.
And, you know, you have friends who are in much better shape than you, just drop dead. And you're like, maybe I should do something about this. Maybe I should just take him up on it. I've been going back and forth with him for 6 years.
Yeah.
Let's pull the trigger. If it doesn't work, oh, well, I tried. You know, and I did it. And the only regret I had was that I did not do it in 2015.
Yeah, sooner.
That's it. If I had done it sooner, oh my God, I'd be butt ass naked and you wouldn't be able to have this interview right now. No, because you know,
not expecting that.
I know. It's so good.
No, see, here's the thing. When I say that, people think that I'm being crude and disrespectful. No. Let me do this from a mathematical. I'm a businessman. You guys respect this.
Yeah.
For 45 years, I have given this planet nothing but shirts.
Oh.
I'm at halftime. If I live to 90, that means that I owe you 45 years of no shirts.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh my
so
goodness.
I'm going to get butt ass naked. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to use this analogy later for something else. It's going to be great.
Oh my God.
Because you're right though. Like I remember, this is like a totally squirrel moment, but I remember it was someone's birthday and they're like, why are you wanting to go so bad? And like, it's like an hour away. And I was like, well, you only get a certain amount of birthdays, guys. And they're like, what? And I was like, literally, you only get a certain amount of birthdays and we don't know which birthday you're going to be gone on. Yeah. So like, I like this person, so I'm going to go. Yeah. And they're like, I never thought about that. I'm like, yeah, you only get a certain amount of Christmases, fucking Valentine's Day, like whatever. You only get a certain amount. So why are we like acting like they don't exist for one, and then two, being shitty on those things?
Yeah.
Like, why are we being shitty to ourselves?
Yeah. Well, like, and I mean, I've never thought it in the way that you do, Dave, but now I do.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why shouldn't I wear the bikini?
Yeah. Fucking wear it. Yeah.
Listen, life is short, but I met with my surgical team because I'm out 18. I've been out 18 months at this point.
Okay.
And they were like, oh yeah, like you're at the top. So yeah, we might as well go ahead and get you scheduled with plastic surgery. I'm like, yes, you should.
Oh, that is so cool. Yes.
Yes. Because this summer, every bariatric retreat, every cruise. Listen, I've already got the underwear picked out. And in the winter. Yes. In the winter, because people always say, well, if you're going to be naked, then what are you going to do in the winter? I'm still not going to wear a shirt.
Yep.
Bear pelts. Bear pelts. They're coming back.
Like Conan. You're going to bring them back. Let's do it.
Bring them back.
Yeah.
I'll bring them back with you.
I love it.
Yes.
I love me some fur.
What did it feel like from like when you had surgery, like the next couple days? Like, how was that for you? Any complications or was it fine?
Oh, you know, the funny thing was I had spent so much time because, you know, every time you go through this, you got to go through it again. So you got to go through the groups and the counseling and sitting with the nutritionist. And so I had heard everything. And then the one thing that I was told was when you get in your room, an hour after you get settled in, get up and walk because the gas is going to hurt. I don't fucking remember my incisions hurting. When I woke up from surgery, I had to pee. I remember that.
Yeah.
And that took a lot of doing because I was tired. I don't know why I was tired, but I was tired probably because they were just ripping my guts out.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. But I wanted to see it. I forgot to ask him if I could see the stomach.
I did
but
too.
Anyway,
I forgot. I wanted to. I was like, where's my photo of my stomach? I want it held up in the air.
Like, no. But, the funny thing was I got up and I started walking and like, oh, just walk from here to the nurse's station. I'm walking around the whole wing. They're like, yo, this dude's an animal. I'm like, no. I don't fucking like pain. I don't fucking like gas. There's nothing you can do to let this gas out other than me walking. So we're going to walk. And other than that, I had a little bit of pain, which is to be expected, but I did liquid Tylenol. I didn't eat anything heavy. I'm not really big on drugs.
Nice.
This is me sober. No alcohol, no weed, no cocaine. Can you imagine me on a drug?
Oh my God.
I think that might be entertaining.
Like the highest hype man.
It's like, yeah, no. So, I was good. I was just fine. I sat there with my iPad and was watching Marvel stuff on Disney Plus. I was kicking it.
That's awesome.
All
I know
right.
she was pretty chill too. She freaking like walked. And then I was the one that was like tired, barely get up, just like very lethargic. I can't even say it.
Lethargic. Yeah. I was up an hour after. No, I would say it was less than an hour because I was immediately like, as soon as I got in my room, I was like, all I know is that people said walk to get rid of the gas pain. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's how I figured out I wasn't in pain for the first time in
years.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's very important to walk.
Yes, people.
So I have a question. Since you are a guy in this community, how have you found the male side of the community? Do you feel like we're lacking in that? Because my view is that we are.
Yeah.
But I want a guy's point of view.
Yeah, I think that the guys who are out, like there's a handful that I've noticed. Most guys won't cop to it. And, if you niche that down to in the Black bariatric community, I know 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Very
limited.
limited.
But yeah, like it's limited because the thing of it is surgery's so normalized for women. Right? And with this loose skin, I will tell you, I used to make fun of shapewear. I have more shapewear than a Kardashian family reunion because the skin gets everywhere and I got these side books. Why is she laughing? I thought this was a safe space. I thought it was our sleeves like
but it's the Kardashian comment.
Yeah, you have more than the Kardashian.
No, it like because I gotta stuff it in because and then my titties don't have any fat in them, so they're like Sophia Petrillo's. They're like 83-year-old hacky sacks, So I gotta and then suck it, and then the skin is just flapping. So you gotta you can't really have that conversation.
No.
With only 4 other guys know what you're talking about. Like I mean, there's me, there's Ked,
Terry,
there's Terry. And there's Chris Bariatric, bro, and then JR, who is a buddy and a client of mine. Outside of that, I know there are guys who exist, but there's nobody really catering to that end because you can't really feel manly talking about let's just have the protein shake and not order the kids' meal. Right?
But I guess the question is, why do you have to feel manly? Why does it matter?
Because I'm a man, babe.
I know, but as women, we don't feel like at least I don't feel like a woman all the time. I'm just like, this is just fucking Mel. Like,
really?
Why can't we just
with
talk?
The purple and pink background, with the hot pink sweats, right? With the best friend with the hot pink hair, you don't feel like a woman?
I was a tomboy until I had surgery.
She was. So
I wore sweaters, and all I wore was literally it was just pants and sweaters. That's all I would wear. Hold on.
PacSun?
Oh yeah, Zoomies and PacSun shirts, and there were guy shirts. Yes,
they were guy shirts because we would go in when you got paid, and we would get you a new shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was a skater girl.
She was a skater girl.
I was 308-pound skater girl. Yep. That's what I was. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. So this girliness is new. Like I just started wearing makeup last year. Kelly taught me how.
Congratulations. I love it.
It's because the surgery kind of had me, my confidence is out. Like I feel better. I feel like myself. But I guess I think that's the thing though, is women don't care about talking about the surgeries and the skin. And I think it's because, we're used to having we talk about that. Well, that's just a thing.
I think what Dave said was very accurate though. It's normal for a woman to have surgery.
It is.
It's normal. There is still a stigma wrapped around it, but it's more normal for a woman to go through the surgery.
Yeah.
Than a man.
Absolutely.
And I've seen that over and over and over again with the guys that we've talked to is it takes a lot of guts to be like, here I am and I had surgery and I maybe take one step closer and I had plastic surgery on top of it.
Yeah.
Because when I know for me, before we started the podcast, when I thought plastic surgery, I thought woman.
Oh yeah.
That was my correlation was women have plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Men do not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know where that came from.
It's just a stereotype, man. Yeah. I guess my thing is I just don't want men to feel like they have to be manly, especially in that setting. Because like it's a
No, I
vulnerable
mean, I
safe
think you can be
setting.
manly and vulnerable. I do a really good job of it.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not going to sacrifice. My manhood is what makes me me. My manhood is
Mhm.
the thing that allows me to be as outspoken as I am.
Mhm.
However, my manhood also allows me to father my children.
Mhm.
My manhood allows me to run my businesses,
Mhm.
but my sensitivity isn't something that is feminine. My sensitivity is something that is human.
Right.
But what we have done in society is say that anything that humanizes you
Mhm.
automatically feminizes you.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is a problem because there's all like they say, well, men aren't allowed to feel. Oh, let me tell you something. Anger is an emotion.
Mhm.
Passion is a feeling.
Yes.
You know, and so we have to start realizing that there needs to be safe spaces
Mhm.
for men to emote however they need to, because what happens is, and I for a while I wrestled with this, and this is the first time I've said this anywhere. I wrestled with telling people that I had weight loss surgery
Mhm.
because I've seen 12 seasons of 600-pound life.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
I saw Extreme Makeover before they started doing Home Edition
Yeah.
and Weight Loss Edition, and the person would go and they would get their stomach stapled because gastric bypass wasn't even popular then,
Right.
Yeah.
and the sleeve hadn't been invented yet. And then they would go and they would get lipo, and they would get LASIK, and they would get sculpting, and
Mhm.
I was just like, yeah, people are going to think I've completely sold out, going to the dark side, or I've been cloned.
Mhm.
I've heard that a lot because like, you don't look like Dave. You look like a clone. I'm like, no, I'm
No.
not that important. I'm not a civil rights leader. And I'm not a rap star. They're not cloning me.
Oh my goodness. You're like, there's
Oh,
no
Lord.
need, people. No
No,
need.
not really.
I think that it's interesting that from a guy's point of view, the stigma is so much different.
It's harsher, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So did you tell your family that you were having surgery?
I told my wife,
Okay.
I told my kids.
Okay.
I didn't tell anybody else.
Okay.
What I did do was get my paperwork in order. You know, I got my will, got my living will. Something happens to me. Listen, give me 21 days. If I can't come back in 3 weeks, pull the plug.
Okay.
You know, I had to make sure that everything was distributed right. I called my attorneys and set up trust, like all these things that I had been putting off because I'm too young to think about it, even though I'm a business owner.
Mhm.
I got all of that in order, but no, I didn't want to worry my then 75-year-old mother.
Mm.
You know, my brother had some heart issues. I did not want to worry him.
Mm.
And, you know, I was in there that morning at 7:00 and I was home 3:00 the next day.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon for people to not hear from me for 36 hours. I'm kind of a busy guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So by the time I got and I was able, like my brother's a cop. And so, well, God rest his soul, he was a cop. He would do undercover work. So sometimes I wouldn't see him for a couple of weeks. By the time I did see my brother, we went out to lunch. He's like, you're not really eating much. I said, oh yeah, I had surgery. And he was like, oh wow. He's like, I'm so proud of you. I was like, "Bet."
Aw.
So my mom was like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, because I knew you were going to do that. I said,
Yeah.
"No, I'm here, and I'm good." And you know, it was it was cool. Like everybody was okay with it after the fact, but
Mhm.
I had been talked out of it once. I was going to get a lap band in like 2005.
Okay.
And my aunt's roommate from college had died from complications of her lap band surgery, like 1 in a million type of situation.
Right.
And I was like,
Wow.
no,
Yeah. No, thank you. That
I'm
would
just going
be
to put these hot
scary.
dogs down and run. I was
Mhm.
scared as shit. So I was like,
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So how has it been being a busy man
Mhm.
and balancing a bariatric life?
Yeah. How do you do it?
Well, there's a few things. People are always like, 21 businesses, how do you function? And it's like,
Mhm.
just like you. The difference is when people hear that, they think that I have 21 jobs,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
I don't. Like, here's the thing. Warren Buffett never in his life has gone down to the Coke plant and tried to figure out how to pour Coke in the bottles. He
No.
owns Coke. That's the goal. So I
Yep.
own things. I don't operate.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 21 businesses, I think I operate 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Right? And they're all interconnected. Like an iPad is connected to a MacBook.
Mhm.
So for me, it's not that hard. You know, my days are my own. I'm also a college professor. I teach social media marketing at Temple University.
Oh wow.
And that's Tuesday and Thursday. Other than that, I can get up. I have a personal trainer. I am able to eat, do whatever I need to do, get my exercise in. The hardest thing for me to do, and thank God for these little timers and things on these, take my vitamins.
Okay.
Like I gotta make sure I take my vitamins, gotta make sure I get my calcium in, constantly hydrating,
Yeah.
You're one of the first guys, maybe not the first, but there's only like a handful of dudes that we've talked to that actually says that they take their vitamins and actually have a timer for it. So thank you, because it's so freaking important.
It is very important.
Because we've met people that actually like have had memory loss or blindness. Like one girl literally became blind for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that was wild.
Yeah. And your body deteriorates. And
yeah.
Like legit, my boyfriend, who is a bariatric patient, will not take a multivitamin.
He's been taking Flintstones.
No, he doesn't even take them because we have them here. And he doesn't even know.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Yeah,
and I
so
yell at him all the time because I'm like, dude, podcast about bariatrics.
Yes.
You're making me look bad, numbnuts.
Yeah.
Right.
See this right here?
Yeah, like this is my job to talk about these things.
So ridiculous.
And her brother won't do it either.
I know. Same. They had VSG a year ago. And he's
why
just
don't you just grind it up and put it in their food?
I know. That's actually what I told
step.
my sister-in-law. I was like, just figure it out. He needs this.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, because if you wanted to poison them,
that's what you
grind it up and put it in their food.
That's
Like, same thing. I mean, if you want to save them, because you know what happens if you don't: blindness, ulcers, deterioration.
Well, he's an R&Y patient too. Zach is.
Oh, wow.
So he needs it even more because he is not getting all of the nutrition out of his food just because of the type of surgery. So that's wild. So people, if you have R&Y, get your freaking vitamins.
I mean, it doesn't matter. If you're having surgery, you're signing up for lifetime vitamins.
Yes. We have ProCare. We use them every day. It's a 1-day thing.
Yep.
I take mine at night now because that's Kelly's trick.
Yes. If you get nauseous from the iron, take them at night.
Yes.
Because by the time it hits, you're already asleep. So it doesn't matter.
And for me, I actually just take it when I come into the bedroom to like settle down, and it doesn't even hit at all. I don't even get any nausea at all.
Yeah.
So, and I have to take lots of iron. Like I've had 2 iron infusions this year. So get your iron, guys. It's very important.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So what does your food look like? Like what did it look like prior surgery and what does it look like now?
Yeah.
Oh, prior surgery, I could knock down 2 large pepperoni pizzas and, still have room for a milkshake and a 2-liter Coke.
Okay.
Now, if I get through a slice of pizza, yeah, okay. But the thing of it is, I'm not the person, and we all know, and I am not the person that comes along to shame anybody. But if we're going to have an honest conversation, let's spend this 90 minutes being honest.
Yeah.
We all know people who have gotten the sleeve and have gained every single pound back because of 3 reasons. Number 1, they don't exercise. Number 2, they don't properly portion their food. And number 3, they don't rest.
Yeah. Sleep is important, guys.
You got to move, you got to eat, you got to rest. And for me, like food is no longer a priority. I feel like I get 3 days out of every single day now because I'm not like constantly obsessed with what to eat. And the coolest thing is like, say if we're door dashing or whatever, and the family say, Dad, what do we want? I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I honestly don't care. Like I used to be the guy, like, Homer Simpson, like, donut. Don't. Yeah.
Don't care.
Okay.
You're just like, whatever. Just
I know
it's more important what
them.
you eat.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean you don't care? You have to eat. Yes, I do have to eat,
Yes.
but it's more important to you because you're actually going to take longer than 10 minutes to devour a saucer full of food. So
Well, and when you're doing like DoorDash and stuff like that, and you've got kids and, a significant other, half the time you just pick off of what they get.
Yep.
Like you don't need a whole meal to yourself because it's kind of a waste.
Well, and if you think about it, our food portion sizes in the US are
They're
insane.
stupid.
So
They're
literally
stupid.
anything that you order can be for 2.
Yeah.
Like it really doesn't matter.
Like Zach and I went out to dinner the other night, and this man eats cheeseburger probably once a day. Like he's so into cheeseburgers. So of course he got his burger from Applebee's and ordered appetizer of the wings. And he's like, okay, what are you going to order? And I was like, honestly, I'm going to have like 2 wings and then a bite of your burger and I'm good.
Yep.
Like,
That's it.
I don't need a whole meal that's going to be $20 that I'm not even going to eat half of
it's
it.
not worth it.
So,
Not at all. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
What's your protein that you go to the most?
Chicken.
Chicken.
Okay.
Chicken, aside from shakes. I'm a Premier guy. Sometimes I do unjury. But I'm pretty big on chicken because, you know, it's protein dense. And then, you know, I'll do red meat maybe like once a week.
Okay.
You know, but I you know, the things, the fun, I don't know about you guys, but when I got to the solid food stage, it was like my taste buds completely changed.
Yes.
Like the stuff I used to love, I'm like, oh, fuck this. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And the stuff I would never eat, I'm like, oh my God, give me lobster.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, so like I'm enjoying the fact that I'm experiencing, tasting things again for the first time.
Yeah, that's a whole experience.
Great.
Yeah, it's very weird because it's not like your taste buds are getting like a transplant or anything. Like it's just
no, it resets, man.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. I do want to touch on the fact that when we talked about people regaining, because I do completely agree with you.
Right.
When I started going through my regaining, I stopped working out. I used food as coping mechanism. I did not portion anything out.
No.
I ate what I wanted, when I wanted, however much I wanted, or as, you know, and way past that full point. And I didn't rest. I did not have a solid sleep plan.
It's called sleep hygiene, people.
Sleep hygiene.
Yep.
And so I just want to say that you hit it spot on. That's exactly what it is when you stop being present in your journey and you stop caring about the things that you said you were going to care about.
Yep.
That's when the regain happens.
Yeah. So and I want to be clear again, I'm not shaming anybody. I have not had regain. Thank you, Jesus. But again, I'm the guy that tries to work out every day ending in DAY.
Nice.
The other part of that is I am privileged that I control my time. My time doesn't control me. You know, like next week I'm touring. I'll be in North Carolina, like all up and down through North Carolina. Then February, I think I'm doing the Chris Jericho cruise. It's a wrestling cruise.
Oh my God, I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, so that's
look at that look she gave me. Chris Jericho. Oh my God, him and the list. I'm really
talking
excited.
About the. There's a cruise.
Yeah, there's a cruise.
Chris Jericho's cruise is epic. Yeah, it's from Miami to the Bahamas and back. Anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, I have the luxury of not having a lot of things get in my way. My youngest is homeschooled. Her mother handles that. You know, so if I got a problem, my team handles it. So I have the luxury to dial in on my health. I also do not want to die. I just lost my brother and my aunt within 8 days of each other.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
So I can't, thank you. I can't do that to my mom. You know, my mom is 76 years old. She already lost 50% of her offspring. This 50 ain't going nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I tell you I empathize with people who are struggling with this because I'm an emotional eater. I copped to it at the beginning of the show, you know, but I've had to learn that there are so many other things to do. And if I get hungry, the first thing I do is I'll reach for some water. If that doesn't hit, then I'll grab me a protein shake and then I'll set for a second. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I really need to eat. Then boom. But I think if you start filling up on foods that allow you to feel fuller, that are still good for you, you can then every once in a while fuck off.
Yeah.
Because I'm full disclosure, I'm giving you guys a lot of excuses.
I'm loving it.
I have a love affair with Pepperidge Farm crispy chocolate chip cookies. Let me tell you something. I mean, it's going to take me a week and a half to get through a bag, but every other day I'll have a cookie.
Yeah.
You know I'm gonna earn that cookie because I'm gonna do 30 push-ups if I take a cookie because it's calories in, calories out. But have the damn treat every once in a while.
Yeah.
This is not a prison sentence. It's a life preserver. You know?
I like the way you put that, life preserver. It really is.
Yeah.
It is.
It really
because
is.
a lot of us have no hope when we go to weight loss surgery. Like we're very hopeless and even people that are struggling with regain, because I felt it myself, of that hopelessness of I'm back here again. I don't know what to do. I'm floundering.
Mhm.
And every step, every tool that you get on this journey is another life preserver.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. And I want to touch back on the fact of like focusing on yourself and being healthy is a privilege
It is.
because I come from a very poor background and
Yes.
food is not like, you're exactly right. It's like everybody gets to eat and then you need to eat everything on your plate. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day. So we need to make sure we're nutrition now and dense fucking food. And it's very true because like as we get older and then now that like, you know, we have a 2 household income and we can
Right.
afford actual food. Now we
Right.
have better quality food. And then as we got a little bit older, now I finally got to quit my day job and do this full time. So now I get to focus even more on myself, but it's like, it's not something that's just handed to you. Like you have to earn this. And once you get here, it is a privilege to be here. So for me, it's
Take
like, take it
advantage.
fucking seriously. Because not everybody gets to do this.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets to turn in and look at themselves and help themselves. Like this is a journey to get here and we need to respect it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Bam.
Look at you coming in with the mic drops.
That's right. Bam.
That's good. Love it.
So, I had a question. It popped out of my head. Why does this happen?
I don't know.
I get distracted by
You do.
your mic drops.
My mic drops. I mean, I do too. But I do have questions. So you said that you have loose skin. So one, can you tell us like where is all the loose skin? And 2, when do you think are you going to get this removed anytime soon or what's the plans?
Okay, first of all, let's have this conversation. That's just yet another exclusive.
Yeah.
So I am a person who has always carried the majority of his weight aside of my face, which, you know, was kind of like a jack-o'-lantern sitting there. It's like, you know, headless horseman style. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't do it justice, right?
Yeah, it's like,
so, right? Stay puft, Marshmallow Man. Anyway, my weight is primarily right in my center. So my thighs look like deflated testicle sacks.
I don't mean to laugh.
I'm not.
I don't mean to laugh.
This is a safe space.
I pictured
this is a safe space.
I'm very visual.
I pictured it too.
I feel like we're at a certain age where I should be able to tell you that my skin looks like a testicle sack deflated, like just no balls in it, just there. And then like what's funny is, you know, if you again, I used to wonder why women spent so much time and money on tights to go to the gym. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Because now it doesn't rub together. See, it cuts down viscosity, thermal breakdown. I get it.
Yeah.
So
the burn, it fucking hurts, man.
oh, fucking burn.
Pro tip, deodorant on the inside of your legs, people.
Already there.
Done.
Already there.
Yes.
This is the deodorant I use, right? For the, okay. So that's going to go because I worked really hard on building my legs. Like I can bench press like my heaviest weight with my legs.
Wow.
Like I can put up 561 at least.
Fuck yeah.
And so the muscle under here can't be seen because I've got testicle thighs.
Okay.
So then my boobs, right? I didn't know. I was like, what is this? I have side boobs because everything droops.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So those have to go. And then my stomach, it's just a flat, man. It's just a big old flat.
Yeah.
And once the stomach goes, it's over. So I've already talked to the doctors and I told them what I want. I want the same type of gynecomastia surgery that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. And then I want the abs that they gave Drake.
Wait, did they give did they really give Drake abs?
Yes, they did. Yes,
what?
they did. Yes,
How do you do
Drake's
that?
It's called ab etching. It's a form of lipo. So after the skin gets cut, get healed, then they can go in there and they can etch out the parts that she'll never be able to crunch or sit up. Oh yeah,
God.
no,
That's
it's good
amazing.
for everybody else. It's good for me.
That's amazing. So I just have to tell my cousin about
I'm gonna be the Rock up here, and I'm gonna be Drake down here,
Fuck yeah.
and I'm gonna be He-Man down there, and that's what it is.
I feel like that's totally goal centered. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, so you're gonna get the thighs done too.
Yes.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
No. See, you don't stop icing the cake halfway through the cake. No.
Fair.
I'm gonna ice all this cake.
Ooh,
yeah.
Right.
I like this. We need you around more. I love your analogies.
And yet and still I'm not on the show in Philly. This is the
I know.
I'm kidding.
I didn't know you were in Philly, bro. I thought you were in California, to be honest.
No, everybody thinks that. Like,
Yeah.
no, my days in Hollywood are.
They're done.
Well,
I think I'm glad
you
you're
definitely
with us.
need to come to the Philly show.
Yes.
I'm just saying, because
I will be there. I mean, it's sold out, but hopefully they'll let me in.
Yeah, maybe you might have a VIP ticket waiting for you.
It would be nice, otherwise I'm going to be the raisin and buttermilk knocking on the door. Like, excuse me, random black guy. Yes, we have surgery too.
No, yeah.
We have surgery too. No, I'm not looking for the white women. It's not what this is. They told me to come. No, seriously. They did. No.
Oh, I love you, Dave.
It's because I'm black.
It's so good.
I'm loving this. Oh my God.
So you said that you work out pretty much every day that ends in Y. So what does a workout routine look like for you?
Okay. So I do a lot of heavy lifting.
Okay.
I do a lot of heavy lifting. Not all in the same day. So I'll focus on, like, I'll do core one day, then I'll do arms and back another day, then I'll do legs. And then in between that, there's always walking, Stairmaster, elliptical, and then I do Kempo and Krav Maga.
Ooh.
And then I also do kickboxing, and I walk.
Mm-hmm.
I walk a lot,
Wow.
And then I have my youngest is about 75, 80 pounds. So I curl her
nice
a lot because she thinks it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah. I'm
like, she's going to remember that. It's going to be awesome.
She starts counting. And then when she gets to about 20, I'm like, she's like, you can do it, Daddy. I'm like, and then I drop her on the couch and she thinks it's the funniest thing. And I'm like, oh my God, if I have to lift you one more time, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So it's a serious effort. The other part of that is certain things when I work out, I have what's called active rest days. So I have I have a weighted vest. This is like 25 pounds.
Nice.
So I'll wear this. If I'm going to shop or to run errands and I have to go someplace where there's a parking lot, I'll park way in the back and then walk up. Mm-hmm. I'm the guy that's always tracking his steps like an old woman in a mall,
Sweet.
So that's pretty much it. But I enjoy, it's not that I enjoy working out. I'm not that type of a gym rat, but I enjoy what it does for me. Like today I had I'm not a slave to the scale, right? I'm not a slave to how my clothes fit. I'm a slave to how I feel and what I can do.
Okay.
So I measure my progress by the amount of things that I can do. I went to my trainer and she says, Dave, have you ever done a pull-up? And then automatically all of the insecurities from 6th grade come flooding to my face. And I'm like, no. Because I remember, you had to do the president's physical fitness test. Fuck that test.
Yeah,
fuck
every year.
Okay? And every year I'm like, oh, they about to get a comedy show that's unintentional and I'm the punchline and the joke. I said, you know what? We're going to work up to that. I was like, yo, 2025, got you. Yes. Like, okay. And this is at the end of that workout. So the next day I come in, she was like, yeah, Dave, come with me for a minute. I'm like, we train in the cage. Well, why are we not in the cage? We out on the floor. She's like, just come here. She's like, I want you to meet your best friend. I'm like, no, my best friend's Janine, my sister-in-law. What are you talking about? No. This is your best friend. This is the pull-up machine. And she had the pull-up machine with like the assistants on it. And I started it with the 210 pounds assistant. I think I'm at like 120 now. I can just bang them out. So it was progression. And it was at that point I realized I could do other things, and it's important to have people who can push you physically because you won't push yourself. No. We are creatures who will be like, what do we want? Nothing. Where do we want it?
Nowhere.
Where are we going? Nowhere. Well, how are we going to get things? Amazon. So for me, my trainer will do things like, do you know what walkouts are?
I don't.
Okay, so imagine that you're standing up and then you drop to all fours, get your mind out the gutter. You drop to all fours and then you crawl all the way out to a plank position. And then you walk yourself back up to a standing position.
Yes.
Right? So my trainer just kept stacking those on me.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, and I need you to hold the plank. And I got so pissed at her because about the 30th time of doing this, I'm like, you evil son of a bitch.
And
I dropped and I started doing a push-up. just out of frustration, just like, fuck you, I can push up too. And then I was like, holy shit. It was the first time I'd ever done a push-up in my life.
Look at that.
Fucking ever.
Wow.
You know, like those are the non-skill victories you need to focus on. Like you're getting stronger. Your body can do different things. It's a machine. It wants to be upgraded. It wants to download new activities and new things to do. I went out here and a buddy of mine who I've known since college, he was like, yeah, Anderson, a year after you get the surgery, we're going to go do Tough Mudder.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever done Tough Mudder.
No, but I've heard of it.
I want to.
Yep.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
It's real and it's hard. Now, keep in mind, I was nowhere near in the shape that I am now when I did it last May, but I did it. And I mean, you're climbing a ladder where each rung is 6 feet.
Wow.
You know, so you're and you're going through mud and you're going through ice baths and you're crawling under barbed wire and for the first time in my life, outside of having my kid, I felt alive, like I can do shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes you realize there's a whole life you've never lived because of this prison you put yourself in with a knife and a fork.
Ooh, okay.
You know, so I'm huge on exercise, not because I'm an advocate for it, but I want to look really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
I want to know what it's like to thirst trap a bitch.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in a place because, you know, I can shop at Macy's. Do you know what it's like to not have to go to a big, of course you do, to not have to go to a big and tall store to get your shit?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking amazing. Plus the savings. Listen.
Yeah.
So when I'll do those before and afters and I'm like, yeah, look at that. My face does not get confused for jack-o'-lanterns anymore, bitch.
It's true.
Drink it in.
Drink it in.
It's like the gift of Jericho. Just drink it in, man.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, there are times that I look and I look at a side by side, or I see a photo that it was taken when I myself was a lantern face, and I look at it and I'm like, damn, you look good. I do have those thoughts sometimes, and then I'm like trying to talk myself out of it. You know, your brain's like, oh, you shouldn't think that you look good. You shouldn't admit to that. And I'm like, no,
you should.
I look good. Like, I like my face now.
That's good. You should like your face.
When it was a jack-o'-lantern, not so much. Not so
I
much.
didn't take a lot of pictures. And that's the funny thing. I flew to Dallas to meet with a client who wanted me to do his podcast. So I fly out to Dallas to do his podcast. And I stopped because stupid me, I forgot my multivitamin.
Oh,
okay.
So I stop at a convenience store / drugstore and I'm going to get multivitamins. And I see this guy out of the corner of my eye. And he's following me like, what the fuck is that? And I look and it's a mirror and it's me. I didn't even recognize that it was fucking me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, so different. And it's crazy. Like, cause I used to live in Dallas. So like my, one of my other friends, I'm the godfather to his daughter. And I showed up at her piano recital and everybody went,
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are they looking at? And I'm like, oh, they're looking at me.
Yeah.
You know,
so different.
Those, like, you can't put like, I would, if you could bottle that feeling, fuck a Elon, fuck a Zucks, you know, like, fuck a Bezos, you would be a trillionaire if you could bottle that feeling of people going,
yep.
No. I only regret not doing this soon.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the only regret we always hear. Like even people that have had complications
like
through the
severe
roof,
complications.
they're like, I still wouldn't change it though.
I still would not change it.
Yeah. Because feeling that unhappiness, and you don't even realize you're unhappy sometimes. Like I'm very bubbly girl. I've always been this way. I thought that I was happy as hell. And then after surgery, it's like the fog went away. And I was like, oh, this is what happy feels like. This is what healthy feels like. I can actually think. This is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wild feeling.
I completely agree because I didn't even know I was in a bad marriage. I didn't even know that I was severely unhappy. I didn't know I was in an abusive relationship until I was on the other side of it and realizing, I was I was not happy. I was not happy at all. I had no idea because I masked all those feelings with food.
Yeah.
That's how I dealt with it. That's how I got through it. And so as soon as those you know, it took me a little while after surgery to figure all this out.
Oh, it takes
But-
a while. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not overnight. It's not like you wake
No.
up from surgery and you're like, I know exactly what I need to do to be happy.
yeah.
If that was it,
Oh,
again,
man.
bottling that, yeah.
Yeah, that
Right.
would be the easy way out. That would be the button, right? Like
The-
if you could
Right.
do these things,
But
that's
in
what it would be.
realistic world,
Mhm.
who wouldn't push that easy button?
I know.
If you had a button in front of you that said you would be in the best shape of your life and you could instantly get rid of all your pounds, why
But-
wouldn't you push it?
Yeah.
Why
Immediately.
wouldn't you?
A lot of us are miserable in our bodies.
And even
so
those people that say you took the easy way out, they would push that damn button.
they would.
They would.
And I
Yeah.
think they are taking the easy way out by just doing nothing because that's what's easy. So
But my whole thing is these are the same people who want you to go to 50-cent wing night.
yeah.
These are the same people that are like, oh, let's have another round. These are the same people
Mhm.
who say, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just big bone. First of all, most people's bones on average weigh about 8.5 pounds. Shut the fuck up with that bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Read a book,
I'm
people.
so sorry. Like just one, just one fucking book,
Just
one,
one.
book
Mhm.
without the pictures in it. So I really, I have a rule in business. It's the same rule I have with weight loss. I'm not listening to anybody who hasn't done what I'm trying to do,
Right.
who hasn't been where I'm trying to go. And if you have an opinion and you haven't done what I'm trying to do or haven't been where I'm trying to go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Thank
Served me
you.
well so far.
I can't agree with that more.
I know, right? It's ridiculous.
I used to be very wrapped up in what other people's view of me was.
Mhm.
hmm
And so I wanted to be that person that they wanted me to be.
Right.
hmm
And now, exactly what you said, that's exactly how I feel.
You're like, fuck
Like
it.
I have stopped talking to family members. I have put up boundaries with people
Mhm.
because if you haven't had surgery, you don't have any, and you're not credentialed, you don't know where I'm at.
Yeah.
So you
No.
make no judgments about my life.
Right.
It's
I
as
agree.
simple as that.
I mean, people should just stop making judgments about other people's lives and things would go a lot smoother.
it would, but people will never do that.
No.
Yeah,
Because
because
they're
they're fucking
bored.
people.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So how did things change at all with your wife, or was everything good there? Because I know like we've had obviously issues. So
It's everything is an adjustment.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Mhm.
Everything's an adjustment. There's a lot that comes with that. There's always going to be like, I don't know these people where they act like every single moment of any relationship, any marriage, any father, daughter, son, mother, mother-daughter dynamic is going to be perfect. It isn't.
Mm.
However, the one thing that I will say is that when I decided to go on this journey, I was fully supported,
Yay.
yeah.
and I was loved and I was taken care of. And if I had needs, those needs were met.
Awesome.
I have genetically, my father had blood clotting issue,
Mhm.
right? It's one of the things that took him out. And as a result, the medical team was like, yeah, you're going to have to take blood thinners for 30 days. So how many pills is that? They're like, no. Small needle every 12 hours for the next 30 days. I'm like,
What?
I said, so I have to come in here and guys are going to give me a needle every 12 hours for that? Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Like, okay, you're going to give yourself the needle, bitch.
Yep.
And I'm like, where am I putting this needle? And they're like, oh, just go grab, right on the side, and you're just going to jab it, and then you take it and you do it. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, I'm scared that I would be the world's worst drug addict. I don't like Afrin, so there goes your Coke, right?
Okay.
I'm not really huge on smoking because I don't like the stink, so there goes your weed, unless you take the gummies, which by the way are
They are.
Mm-hmm.
but heroin, not a chance. Not a chance. I got veins for the first time at it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, the idea of jabbing myself with I saw my grandfather do it with his diabetes. I was like, oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I gotta live. So every alarm, every 12 hours, I did it at 12 midnight and 12 noon every single day
Wow.
for 30 days. And it was, so yeah, man, I think that when it comes down to this, we all have our hurdles. We all have our hills to climb. And I was so well supported that I wouldn't dare complain. Was it easy? No. Is it easier now? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing about us, you know, as a couple, as parents, as a family, we don't begrudge ourselves what it takes for us to be happy, right? If my wife met me at 17, right? I went my way, she went her way. Her twin sister was my best friend. We got together in our early 30s. The thing of it is, I know that she knew the 17-year-old kid, she knew the 30-year-old media personality, all that kind of good stuff. And now she's in a situation with a 45-year-old guy who's now in a 26-year-old's body, who has 21 businesses, a staff, and is touring and signing books and on TV and in newspapers and all. Like, nobody said the person that you marry is not the person you end up with.
No.
We're in a constant stage of evolution. And the problem is, you still want to hang on to that person and that you're fucking right. I did.
Yeah, you should.
And so did you. And you should. And if you're not, guess what? Who the problem is here. And so you have to give people grace and space. And I'm going to tell you something else to land this plane on this issue. Every relationship, you know, your friends, your coworkers, your buddies, your frenemies, but oh, you think you're this? Oh, you're fucking psychic now? Why don't you psychic up some fucking Powerball numbers, bitch? You don't know what I'm thinking. I have changed physically, which allows me to have a certain level of mental clarity, because there's not 15 pounds of transsaturated fat going around in my cerebral cortex, which means I have different thoughts. I have exposure to different things. So yeah, I'm not the guy that wants to down 2 pizzas.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to do double cheeseburgers. I don't want to get a triple chocolate malted mocha frappuccino from Starbucks. I just want to experience absolutely everything that I have held myself back from by eating myself to what I thought was a happy state.
Yeah.
And if you can't appreciate that and you cannot appreciate my presence, you will definitely appreciate my absence. Fuck you very much.
I love it.
That is so everything you said. I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, everything you just said is perfectly in line. First off, I like that you said that if we don't change, like you have to change. You have to change. You have new experiences. You meet new people. Your brain changes. If you're doing therapy, you're working on yourself. There's so many different avenues that you go down in life. You have to change.
Yeah. Like, I lost a friend because she said that I changed, and I was like, I did change. It was expected for me to change. I'm like, but the problem, like what you said, is like, you haven't. Like, you haven't grown with me during this process. Like, you're angry that you're still big and that I got the surgery and you didn't.
Yes.
And even she finally went through the process literally the day before canceled her surgery. So she
has the opportunity.
Yeah. And she needs the help. So it's like, don't be hating on me. Like,
well, and it's like, as much as I think that what it is when you are obese and you have friends that are also obese, and then you choose to go through surgery and get your life healthy and save your life, and they're still back where they are. I think sometimes the viewpoint is, oh, they're judging me because I'm not doing anything to help myself.
Right.
But the fact of it is we're not.
We're not. You're judging yourself. Like,
you're
we're
judging
not.
yourself. And so you're putting your negative thoughts onto me.
Yep.
Yeah. That's called projection. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're all wrestling with something.
Yeah.
But what you don't get to do is tell me, one, how I'm feeling, and two, how I'm viewing you, because you are 99% of the time absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
I agonized about doing this. It was not an easy decision. I lost almost 100 pounds on my own. I couldn't take it any further. Even the surgeon was like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, what else do I have to lose other than 80% of my stomach and, the ability to drink and eat at the same time and, having hacky sack titties, but
it's worth it.
It is worth
very
it.
much so.
100% worth it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's not an easy decision to get to this, whether you're a man or a woman. I think everybody wrestles with, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Am I taking the right route? Because there's no like light up sign that says, okay, Kelly, you're going to go this way now. You're going to start this job or you're going to do this surgery. We're all just guessing at what works for us. And I think with surgery, it's really hard because there is a stigma around it. We've heard, it's an easy way out. You don't want to be viewed as somebody that takes the easy way out. But sometimes we need to have help.
Right.
We can't do it all on our own.
Right.
And we've all had different experiences that shape us into what we are now. And you have to build on those and make the best informed decision that you can make, not what other people want you to make.
Exactly. Well, and
Absolutely.
what would you tell the men that are listening right now? What kind of tips or help that you can give them?
For every 33 pounds that you lose, your dick gains an inch.
Okay.
I knew that's what you were going to say. I love it.
Oh, men are dick motivated. That's
100% dick motivated.
And women aren't?
Well, no, we are.
There's some who are.
Yeah, we're pussy motivated. It's fine. It happens.
And listen, I love it. The thing of it is, aside from that, the one thing about men in our society is that we are conditioned, trained, and expected to protect and provide. That means that you're working hard in order to, if you're blessed enough to have a family, create legacy for them from not only a historical perspective, but from a financial perspective. And quite frankly, I don't mind that my kids are going to inherit, not only a decent amount of money, but my intellectual property and the licenses that come with that for other people and businesses and things of that nature. But the one thing that I want you to understand is these entitled, privileged sons of bitches that I created ain't going to get it anytime soon.
Yes.
Because I'm living for as long as I possibly can, unless I get abducted by aliens or hit by a Mack truck. So you save your life by doing this. And there's no shame in it. That's why there's therapy. That's why there are groups. And I'm working really hard to help facilitate as many safe spaces as I possibly can for men. And specifically because I cannot discount the fact that culturally I am Black in America. And the Black weight loss experience is different. Just like Black church and white church is different. We have certain things that culturally are just for us. And those things need to be addressed. Both the good things, the traditions, and also the stigmas that need to be eliminated. So there are a lot of efforts being made right now in order to service not only the male community, but also the Black bariatric community in a real and tangible way from the inside, from actual Black people. The thing that I want men to understand is there's so much more that you can do. There's so much more life that you can live. First of all, can we just talk about running up the steps and being able to breathe at the same time? Fucking phenomenal.
It's so
that
cool.
can happen.
Right.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
The other thing, I had a friend of mine, he was in a rap group called UGK, and he died because he had sleep apnea. And I don't think he put on a CPAP that night. And I think that's what got him. He just stopped breathing and didn't start breathing again. I had sleep apnea that when I went and did the sleep study, my breathing stopped 157 times in that night.
Oh my God.
157 times.
That's so scary.
Do you know what I did 48 hours ago?
No.
I threw away my CPAP.
Oh, that's exciting. You don't need it?
I don't need it. Don't need my CPAP. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. Like, this thing is the fountain of youth. If you work it. If you eat, if you move your body, if you get rest, if you take your, like Hulk Hogan used to tell us as kids, training, prayers, vitamins. Yep. I would also add therapy to that. But I think those are the things that are important, and it's okay. And if anybody's going to judge you, let me tell you something. We have this thing in society, whether we are agnostic, religious, old, young, black, white, gay, straight, queer, My Little Pony, or a fucking furry. We are afraid that people are going to talk about us. As a person that has spent his entire life studying human behavior, which is why one of the reasons I'm successful, they're fucking talking about you anyway. So support one of my favorite country singers. Let's give them something to talk about.
Yes.
Period.
Thank you.
Because they're going to talk. So if you're going to talk, I'm going to give you
something to talk about.
I'm going to give you something to talk about. And you ain't going to like it. But you can't stop me. And that's the thing. And if we move with that energy, life will be a beautiful thing.
Yeah. You will never look back. If you live like that, you will never look back and say, I didn't live my life.
Yeah. 1000%. Because we care way too much. And my dad taught me at a young age, he's like, I'd be like, oh, they were like messing with me or whatever. And he's like, it's okay, honey. Like, just know that like, at least they're picking on you, someone that can handle it and someone that can't. Like, they can talk about you today and you're fine. And I was like, that's a great way to put it. Like, we'll just distract, like, let's take the bully off of like the other kids and just hang out with me. Like, I'm not gonna break. So yeah, you can call me whatever you want. Like, I was a little chubby kid. I get it.
I mean,
I got made fun of all the time.
Through tougher things than that.
Right?
Yeah.
But we've got to start developing some strategies. I tell people all the time, right? Because people say, well, you say all this, but you're fat. And what I used to tell people, let me explain something to you. Even right now, at 561 pounds, make no mistake, at any given time, if I feel so motivated, if I feel so inclined, if I just get an itch to prove a point, I'll take your bitch.
Yep.
Period. And that's what it is. Now, and trust me, I have no desire to take anybody's bitch, but it's just the point that there are people who believe that because they have certain things or they've got a better physique or they've got this or that they can't get their bitch took. And I'm the fucking hamburger of bitch takers. All right. And that's just what it is. And I think people need to understand that at any moment, if you bump your gums the right way, I will robble you and then send her back to you.
Nice. Okay, you're like killing this one over here. She's dead over here. Oh my God.
Because people have to understand it's not that there's a Lindsay Lohan movie called Georgia Rule, and she said, if you don't leave me alone, I will find your man and I will fuck him silly.
Yep. It's true.
That's the energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're still the same people inside. It's just that the outside is what people care about, whether or not we choose to admit it. So now that people can get past their own things because we've created a new physique, now they can see all the beauty that's inside of us resonating because they were ignoring it before.
Yep.
And so we got to start realizing that we're not less than. We're not changing. You've changed because now you recognize me because now I fit a certain standard of beauty that you're okay with.
Yeah. And how effed
who's
up
got
is
the
that?
real problem?
Yeah.
Seriously. And like, because we're always the underdog. So it's kind of like, tell me I can't do something.
Yep.
We got this. Like if you guys need help, we'll get you the freaking help. Like we've helped people get therapists. We've helped people get actual surgeries done. Like if you need this, just go get it. Go ask for the help because it doesn't matter if you're a dude or not. Like everybody needs help on their weight loss journey.
Yeah.
So why not reach out? And I'm sure Dave's okay with people reaching out to him for help. Like if you guys need it, he's there.
Yeah.
Oh, I was lucky. I found Ked and Terry and John. I was able to find people who could tell me things that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, don't go to the, because this surgeon will only cover this and your insurance will only cover that. So you got to make sure you have this. And then, well, my surgery got botched. And I'm like, oh, for real? And it's like, if there are places for people to know what they can expect, then things become less scary. And that's the whole thing for me as far as creating safe spaces, not only for men, but for the Black community. So I'm going to be hitting you ladies up because I need to find out who you guys have sponsoring you because I need to have as much help from a sponsorship standpoint as humanly possible. Yeah. Because I played a game when I was a kid with my mom when we would go to places to enhance my cultural enrichment. It's a fun game. Most people don't get to play it, especially where I'm from. It's called Count the Blacks.
Okay.
I have found like 2 Black bariatric surgeons. Like offices usually filled with like plenty of Black nurses, but very few Black bariatric surgeons. There's only a handful of dietitians that specialize in bariatric care. So I'm pulling together a bunch of resources in order to make things better for us, because we have certain issues and we're predisposed to certain things. And so it's an exciting time. So I'm going to be leaning on everybody, including you two.
Yeah. Because just thinking about it, like we have not met a Black surgeon.
Nope, we have not.
So
I found one in Michigan.
Okay. Do we like them? Have you talked to them?
Yes. Very
awesome.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Because that would be rad to have them on the show and just know more.
Yeah.
We're all about learning here. So
yeah, I want to know all the things. That's why we're still going strong at like 200 episodes.
Yes. Because there's so much info.
Because I want to know everything.
Yep.
And I probably will never know everything, but I want to. I want to, especially with bariatric surgery.
Well, is there anything left you'd to talk about before we go, or anything you want to plug as well?
I always love to plug things. My whole thing is I'm a big believer in helping people do what they want to do. I want what you want. I'm the type of person that if you like your cubicle, by all means, stay in your cubicle. You ever see an aerial shot of a cubicle for?
Yes.
It's really weird.
It looks like a rat maze. That's why they call it the rat race. But
I worked in one for a long time.
Yeah, me too. Listen, I was the call center king.
Wow.
But
you would be great as a call center. Sorry.
Oh my God. Yeah. Long story. I can tell that later. But the thing of it is, I want people to find what makes them happy. And usually what makes them happy is on the other side of that stupid ass job, which stands for just over broke. So if you want help building your business, feel free to reach out to me. I'm at The Business Bully on Instagram, businessbullyshow.com. I'm not hard to find, just look for the obnoxious Black guy with the blue check. And aside from that, if you're into reading, I've got like 21 books, but my latest is Sell It Like Jesus.
Okay.
Principles and Strategies of the World's Greatest Salesman. You can get it at fine bookstores everywhere and on Amazon.com and at businessbullyshow.com. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I'm a Jesus for everybody. I got white Jesus, Black Jesus, brown Jesus.
I love it.
And then on the back of the book, that's my fat 561-pound ass with Philly Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That's fun. We will have all of that linked below.
Yes,
also
we will.
On our, so you can go straight to Amazon, purchase the books.
Right. And if you have any questions, you can put it in the comments section on YouTube or on Instagram, or our DMs are always open.
Yes.
So, and like
always,
we said, go over to YouTube, type in Arts of Life podcast so you can see this episode and more, because we had a pleasure having you on, Dave. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, no. Thank you for having me. It only took 4 tries.
I know. We did it.
I know. It was like, we just could not get a freaking break.
No
I told
healthiness.
Melanie when we were going over this week, I was like, we cannot get sick this week.
I know. Like,
we cannot.
Dave is on the schedule.
Dave is on the schedule. We cannot cannot reschedule.
You're actually the one that we've rescheduled the most. This is the most we've ever done in our life.
Yeah.
It's wild.
A record holder.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like Matt Damon on the Jimmy Kimmel show. Like Matt Damon always gets bumped. I'm like 4 times.
4 times. But we made it into the studio.
Yes.
So, all right. You guys, thank you for listening. And we love you guys. And we will see you next time.